I'm Jasrael from the Customer Success Team at Consultare Inc. Group. Last week, we've covered the Food Fraud Mitigation Program as outlined in FSSC 22000 version 6, clause 2.5.4. Today, we will focus on clause 2.5.5, Logo Use Program, still under FSSC 22000 version 6, additional requirements. This program highlights the proper and controlled use of the FSSC 22000 logo to prevent misuse, misrepresentation, or misleading communication about certification status. Understanding this requirement will help organizations maintain credibility, protect the integrity of the certification scheme, and ensure that all references to certification are accurate and compliant with FSSC 22000 guidelines. This free training is sponsored by Consultare Inc. Group, a compliance company. Founded in 2007, we began by assisting businesses with U.S. import and export compliance and have since evolved into a global provider of food safety, quality, and certification support. Today, our services revolve around compliance management software, specialized training, and end-to-end support services that help organizations achieve and maintain compliance with international standards. Through our platform, interlinkiq.com, we offer an integrated compliance management system that streamlines documentation, monitoring, and audit readiness. We also provide dedicated compliance and certification support programs for FSVP, PCQI, SQF, BRCGS, FSSC 22000, ISO 9001, GMP, and HACCP, helping businesses strengthen their regulatory compliance, enhance operational efficiency, and ensure alignment with global food safety and quality management standards. Let's take a look at our training schedule. For this week, we will focus on the Logo Use Program as outlined in FSSC 22000 Clause 2.5.5. Gaining a clear understanding of this requirement is essential to achieving and sustaining your FSSC 22000 certification goals. In today's session, we will begin by familiarizing ourselves with the FSSC 22000 version 6, additional requirements, clause 2.5.5, logo use program. We'll start with a clear description of the requirements, followed by a walkthrough of the compliance action activities, which are the scheduled tasks carried out on a daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, and semi-annual basis to ensure ongoing certification readiness. We will also discuss the importance of the annual review and internal audit activities to verify the effectiveness of the program and maintain continuous improvement. After this, we will open the floor for a Q&A session to give you the opportunity to clarify any requirements and ask questions related to implementations. If you have questions as we go through the presentation, feel free to type them in the chat box and we'll make sure to address them through a documented email response. As part of this training, you can also access a free 90-day trial of our FSSC 22000 certification management software. This tool helps streamline compliance tasks, assign accountability, and keep audit-ready records. It's also a great way to prepare for FSSC 22000 certification, as many participants use it to get familiar with the requirements and practice spotting compliance gaps before an official and actual audit. Finally, upon completion of this training, each participant will receive a familiarization training certificate. To ensure that you receive your certificate, please make sure that you have filled up the free certification familiarization training sign-up form that we shared in the chat box. On the screen, you will see an example of the familiarization certificate that you will receive upon completing each session. With that, let's move forward to our training session where we will be working directly with the FSSC 22000 Compliance Management System software. Now let's start by going over the description of the Logo Use Program under FSSC 22000 2.5.5. Please take a look at the description on the screen. The requirements are outlined below to make implementation easier. It says to implement FSSC 2.5.5 or logo use, this is applicable for all food chain categories. The organization shall first use the FSSC 22000 logo only for marketing activities such as printed materials, website, and other promotional tools. 1.1.2 states that request a copy of the latest FSSC 22000 logo from the certification body and comply with the official color specifications. Now, the color combination of the official FSSC 22000 logo comes with green and gray palette with the specific specifications indicated on your screen. For 1.1.3, use of the logo in black and white is allowed when all other text and images are in black and white. So this should be consistent. The logo can be used in black and white if all other text and images are in black and white as well. For 1.2, to implement FSSC 2.5.5 logo restrictions, 1.2.1 states not use the FSSC 22000 logo or make reference to certification on the following: product itself, product labeling, product packaging, such as primary, secondary, or any form of packaging, certificate of analysis or certificates of conformance, any manner implying FSSC 22000 approves a product, process, or service, and where exclusions apply to the scope of certification. Finally, 1.2.2, ensure the logo is used only in accordance with the certification body requirements and not misleading to customers. So these are your 2.5.5 logo use program requirements. You may update or edit this description as needed, for example, to reflect revisions when new versions or editions are released. Now, to implement this program, we've developed a list of action items found in the Compliance tab. This feature helps the FSQA or Food Safety Team Leader to stay organized by scheduling tasks based on required frequency, like daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, or semi-annually. Now you can choose to add your own compliance activities by adding here, or you may choose to have our team preload the required tasks to ensure that you meet all the necessary requirements under this specific section. So here are some examples of your compliance action items to comply with 2.5.5 logo use requirements. First, for your daily activities, this includes monitoring marketing and communication materials, verify logo use on approved promotional materials, check reporting channels for logo misuse, and review new drafts of materials before release. For your weekly activities, this includes conducting a logo use compliance walkthrough, coordinate with marketing or communications team, check logo version control. And for your quarterly activities, this include reviewing and updating branding guidelines and procedures, conduct refresher awareness session for relevant departments, perform internal audit and promotional materials, and revalidate logo color codes and format. For your biannual or semi-annual activities, this include request updated FSSC 22000 logo from the certification body, if applicable, review and approve major marketing campaigns, include logo use in management review, and evaluate and close any logo misuse incidents. Now, to complete each of these actions, we provided work instructions in the instructions and evidence section, along with the detailed compliance activities and the required artifacts or records to document completion. For example, to complete the action item, which states that monitor marketing and communication materials. So let's check the work instructions here. So to accomplish and perform this activity, first you need to identify all marketing and communication materials. This includes compiling a list of all materials used for marketing and communication that reference FSSC 22000 certification, such as brochures, websites, email campaigns, product packaging, advertisements, or social media. So you need to complete your marketing material inventory list, communication register, or version control lag. The next step is to review the use of FSSC 22000 logo and claims. So this can be done by verifying that the FSSC 22000 logo and related certification statements are used in compliance with the FSSC 22000 scheme requirements and do not imply product certification. So your artifacts and records involved in this step are your logo usage review checklist, sample material or marketing materials, and FSSC 22000 logo approved approval record. Next step is to validate accuracy of certification information. So you need to confirm that the certification details such as the scope, the site name, certification number, and certification body are correctly represented in all marketing content. So you need to have the certification copy or certificate copy on hand, communication verification form, as well as marketing material approval record. The next step is to evaluate consistency across all media. So you need to check consistency of approved claims and food safety messaging across various communication platforms, whether they are printed, digital, broadcast, or packaging. So you need to have your consistency review lag, cross-media comparison sheet, and approved content list. Next step is to review and approve new marketing releases. So you need to ensure that all new or revised marketing and communication materials undergo review and approval prior to release or publication. Your artifacts or records needed here are your pre-release approval form, communication approval workflow record, or assigned approval memo. And then you need to coordinate with the marketing and quality departments. So this includes working collaboratively with marketing, quality, and management to ensure compliance with the FSSC 22000 requirements and brand guidelines, especially on the use of the FSSC 22000 logo. Your artifacts and records include coordination meeting minutes, email correspondence, or alignment checklist. Next step is to conduct periodic spot checks or audits. So this can be done by performing scheduled or random audits of published materials to ensure ongoing compliance and prevent unauthorized logo or claim usage. So you need to have your internal audit checklist prepared, your nonconformance log for any nonconformances, and your audit report. Next is to address nonconformities and implement corrective actions. You need to document and correct any misuse of certification claims or logos identified during reviews or audits, and maintain controlled records and version history. So this can be done by ensuring that all approved marketing and communication materials are properly controlled, versioned, and archived. Excuse me. So your artifacts and records involved in this step are your document control lag, archive copies of materials, and revision history record. And finally, report compliance status in management review. You have to summarize results of marketing and communication monitoring, including any issues or improvements during management review meetings. So you need to complete the management review presentation slides or prepare them, the compliance summary report, and record the meeting minutes. Now, once you have completed a specific action item, you need to provide proof of compliance or evidence of compliance. So for this same action item, monitor marketing and communication materials, you can upload proof of compliance in the form of the FSSC 22000 logo usage review checklist. So let's take a look at this sample document. So the document shows that a company, a certain organization, maintains strict control over the use of the FSSC 22000 logo. So the clause and the requirement is indicated here. The verification point is also pointed out, and then the compliant status and the remarks or evidence. So it appears it ensures that only it appears only in approved marketing. The FSSC 22000 logo should appear only in approved marketing and communication materials such as the company website and social media pages. The review confirms that the logo was obtained from the certification body. So it was obtained properly from the certification body, and then it follows the official color specifications and is not used on products, labels, or packaging in a way that could mislead customers or imply product certification. The document also reflects a cross departmental collaboration with the marketing, quality, and compliance teams reviewing and approving materials prior to release based on the approval section here. So all verification steps, findings, and approvals are supported by signatures providing clear accountability and traceability. So overall, the record verifies that the organization upholds proper logo use, governance to protect the integrity of its certification and fully comply with the FSSC 22000 logo usage requirements. So this is just an example of proof of compliance that you can provide to complete a specific action item. So your goal is to perform all compliance activities according to their scheduled frequency by performing all the work instructions provided and providing an evidence of compliance to ensure that your facility processes and documentation remain fully audit ready. So once again, these are examples of compliance best practices that you can adapt in your facility, but you can customize or develop your own action items based on your intended use and specific processes. Now let's go over to the annual review tab, which also serve as your audit checklist. As you can see, these are presented in a form of questionnaire aligned with the FSSC 22000 requirements. So here are your annual review items in compliance with the FSSC 22000 2.5.5 logo use program. Examples of this assessment questionnaires are the following. Is there a documented policy or procedure for the proper use of the FSSC 22000 logo? Is the FSSC logo used only for marketing and promotional purposes, like in website, brochures, or email signature? Is the FSSC logo not used in product packaging, labels, or any way that implies product certification? Is the logo used in compliance with the official FSSC logo guidelines, like correct format, size, and placement? Are employees involved in marketing, printing, or communications aware of the correct use of the logo? Are promotional and communication materials reviewed periodically to ensure proper logo use? Are outdated or unauthorized versions of the FSSC logo removed from the platforms and documents? Are records kept showing where and how the FSSC logo is used? Next, is the use of the FSSC logo reviewed at least annually during internal audits or management reviews? And is top management aware of and supportive of compliance with FSSC logo use rules? Now, just like in the compliance tab, you can also add your own assessment questionnaires, and you can also add instructions on how to perform or how to complete each assessment. Now, let's take an example on how to complete a specific audit checklist. Let's pick this question here. Are employees involved in marketing, printing, or communications aware of the correct use of the logo? So to complete this assessment questionnaire, let's click on the view to check the work instruction. First is you need to identify employees involved in logo use. So the FSSC practitioner or the HR department shall identify all employees engaged in marketing, communications, printing, or documentation design who may use or display the FSSC 22000 logo. So for this part, you need to complete the departmental list of personnel, role matrix, or employee awareness register. Next is to schedule and conduct logo use awareness training. So this can be done by conducting a formal training session or briefing to educate identified employees on the official FSSC 22000 logo use policy, including format, color, size, placement, and restrictions. Your artifact or record includes training attendance sheet, training presentation material, or training schedule. Next step is to provide access to official FSSC logo guidelines. You need to ensure that all relevant personnel have access to the official FSSC logo use guidelines and understand the responsibilities in maintaining compliance. So this can be done in the form of distributed copy of the FSSC logo guidelines, document acknowledgement form, and controlled document lag. Next step is to evaluate understanding through acknowledgement or quiz or comprehension quiz. So after the training, you may require the employees to sign acknowledgement forms or complete a short quiz to confirm understanding of correct logo usage. Your artifact or record may include employee acknowledgement form, quiz results, or training records file, training record file. And then next step is to monitor logo use in marketing and printing activities. So the FSSC practitioner or the QA team shall periodically review marketing materials, email signatures, and printed items to verify correct logo application. Your artifact or record includes marketing material review log, logo verification checklist, and audit report. Next step is to address nonconformities and provide refresher training if needed. So any misuse or misunderstanding identified shall be corrected, and then a refresher training shall be provided when necessary. And finally, you need to maintain records of awareness activities. This involves um, acknowl- um, filing properly filing of all training materials, attendance records, and acknowledgement forms under the organization's document control system. So your artifact or record includes controlled training record file, document control log, or record retention register. Now, to provide evidence of compliance or to demonstrate compliance for this specific annual review item, you may need to upload supporting evidence such as records, logs, or other relevant documentation that verifies that the activity has been completed and meets the required standard. So for this case, for the same annual review item, you can upload the FSSC 22000 logo use awareness record. So let's open the record. As you can see, the record shows that the organization has implemented and verified employee awareness and competency in the correct use of the FSSC 22000 logo. So it demonstrates that all staff involved in marketing, printing, and communications were properly trained and evaluated on proper logo usage, including approved application, color standards, and restrictions on product and packaging use. Attendance, comprehension, and verification results via quizzes and acknowledgement forms confirm that employees understand and consistently apply the requirements. So the record also shows cross-functional involvement between the marketing and quality departments with documented approvals and signatures ensuring accountability. So in summary, this record provides objective evidence that the company's personnel are aware, trained, and competent in maintaining compliance with the logo use requirement under FSSC 22000 guidelines, thereby preventing misuse and protecting the integrity of the certification. So this is just an example of a compliance document that you may need to provide to comply with this assessment question. Your goal is to complete this annual review item to keep your site fully prepared for both internal and external FSSC 22000 certification audit.